While you're watching the film Chevalier, it's easy to dismiss it as a far-fetched bit of fiction, something from the soapy Bridgerton school, an excuse for a more diverse cast to dress up in an all-purpose Hollywood costume drama. Far from it. Not only is the story of Joseph Bologne true, it barely covers the facts.
Welcome to Paris, Joseph.
Monsieur, I fear this will not be a kind place to such a boy.
The boy has talent, but one in particular that is exceptional.
Very well.
Bologne was born the son of a white colonial landowner and a slave in Guadeloupe in the Caribbean. The French were apparently rather more liberal than the rest of Europe at the time, and as a now free Frenchman, young Joseph was admitted to a top school in Paris where he excelled in fencing and music.
I realized the more I excelled, the less I was alone.
Were you always so competitive?
Not only was he a dazzling violinist, he was also a noted composer, the rival, it's said, of another former child prodigy, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And Chevalier delights in taking a well-known scene from the film Amadeus and turning it on its head. Here it's Mozart who gets humiliated by an unknown challenger.
The show-off who spoiled Mozart's concert.
May I play with you, monsieur?
Well, I hope this won't be embarrassing for you. Who the hell is that?
Chevalier is clearly out to redress the injustice of Bologne's modern obscurity. In the late 18th century, he was one of the great celebrities of the age. Aside from his astonishing talent, he was young, good-looking and dashing. He moved in the highest social circles. He was even a particular favourite of Marie Antoinette.
You are quite a remarkable man, Joseph. I, Marie Antoinette, Queen of France, hereby anoint you Chevalier.
But despite being given the title of Chevalier, the equivalent of a knighthood, there were still limits and rules. He couldn't marry, certainly not outside his race, though apparently, this being France, a blind eye was turned on his many romantic affairs. Perhaps that's why he thought he could get away with flirting with Marie, wife of a bad-tempered nobleman.
In any other country, a man of your colour would not be wearing such fine clothes.
One day, the whole world will know me. And of course, the music will be spectacular. Bold.
Marie, played by Samara Weaving, is attracted as much by Joseph's musical talent as his striking good looks. She's an amateur singer herself. And of course, one thing leads to another.
And who might you be?
Well, I am the Chevalier de Saint-Georges.
Well, congratulations to you and all of your many accomplishments, whatever they are.
Meanwhile, at the other end of the social spectrum, an ageing diva played by Minnie Driver is furious when Joseph scorns her advances. She stirs up trouble at court, particularly when Joseph announces his ambitions to take over the Paris Opera.
You don't belong here. You're a party trick. You're a pet, playing the violin, that is all.
You know I am the best.
The Queen steps in and decides that the only two candidates are Joseph Bologne and the German Christoph Gluck. She suggests a contest. The two will each write an opera and she'll pick the winner. Joseph calls on the services of Marie to sing in his opera Ernestine, despite Marie's husband forbidding her to do so.
You are playing a dangerous game, friend.
You forget your place, boy. Break his hands.
This world is painful for us, my son. But there is always the choice to fight.
A surprising amount of all this is true, even the part where the cuckolded husband threatens to break the musician's hands and the fortunate, if anticlimactic, outcome that he doesn't actually do it. I suspect that the arrival of Mum and her introduction of Joseph to his musical roots may be slightly less true.
You've let these rich white people soften you. Get up. Come with me.
On the plus side, Chevalier looks terrific, particularly star Kelvin Harrison Jr. He's totally convincing both as a fencer and as a ferocious violin player. He and the rest of the cast certainly do what they can with what they're given. But my reservation is about what they're given.
I'm putting on a concert. Let us fund the revolution.
We cannot afford to make any more enemies.
France is changing.
You could be more influential than you know. Leverage it.
Apart from regular clunky lines like this, the attitudes in the script remain relentlessly modern day, which is a shame because it's a story that's clearly worth telling. Joseph Bologne was not only a brilliant musician, he was a hero to the growing anti-slavery movements in both Britain and America.
They ask about you out there, you know? The people. They miss your music. Enough wallowing. It is pathetic.
For all its minor strengths, Chevalier's major failing was leaving too much good stuff only to be included in closing titles. In short, a potentially great story turned into less than gripping soap opera, I'm afraid.
If you take to the stage, you will be erased. There will be no new France. You cannot topple what has been ordained by God.
Not everything is about you people.